So the topic of our discussion will be circles. Now, we all are surrounded by different shapes and sizes, isn't it? And circle is one of the shapes from the part of geometry. Today we will be discussing about different types of circles. So these are the various, you can see here, there are various images of different objects starting from this table fan, the plate in which we eat, the clock where we used to watch the time. They all comprises of what shape? Circle, isn't it? Then again, one more example. What is this? Ferris wheel, right? Where we used to sit while we visit any kind of mela. So this is one more example of circle. So now I will be discussing about some terms related to circle. Although the name is given here circle, but there are different terms to it. The different parts have been named differently. So one by one I will be discussing its different part. So at first we have the radius. Now what is the radius? Does anyone know the term about radius? Is there anyone? If you are already aware, then it's well and good, but if not, let me tell you. This is a complete circle, right? Take this circle as the plate in which you used to eat. Then what happens? This is the center of the circle, okay? The midpoint of this circle. And the distance between the midpoint of this circle and the boundary. So this is the boundary here, right? So the distance between the center of the circle and its boundary is known as the radius. So this is the radius here. So I hope you got the term about radius. Radius is nothing but the distance between the center of the plate and the boundary. Suppose your mom gave you a piece of roti. So the roti is placed in the middle of the plate, or you can say in the center of the plate, and here at the edge you have, suppose you have chutney, okay, you have chutney here. So the distance between your chapati and chutney is known as radius, okay. So after radius we have diameter. Now what is diameter? Diameter is the line segment that passes through the center of the circle from one boundary to the another, okay. Suppose this is the plate in which you used to eat. Similarly, from one boundary to other boundary, we have this line segment or a straight line. So the distance between from one boundary to the other boundary, but it has to cross the center of the circle. If in some case this is the boundary, this is also the boundary of the circle. If I join these 2 points, will this form the diameter of the circle? No. Why? Because the diameter has to pass through the center of the circle. Okay? The diameter has to pass through the center of the circle. Then we got to know about radius, diameter. Now next is chord. Similar to the line segment that I have drawn just now. So what is the chord here? So we got to know about radius. Radius is the distance between the center of the circle and its boundary. Then what about diameter? Diameter is the distance between the two boundaries, or you can say the line segment that passes through the center of the circle, joining the two boundaries together. And in case of chord, chord is the line segment that joins the 2 points of the boundary, but it does not passes through the center, okay. So in case of diameter, it has to pass through the center, but in case of chord, the line segment does not pass through the center. So this is the chord here. So these are the different terms related to circle.